An important event on the calendar.
Yeah, definitely. You know, this race is...
Action from Troy Hunt, who came from the back of the field. This time he starts from 10th. It was 20th last time, and he made his way to 6th. 10th this time. Boy, you'd think he's got to have a good chance in this one way.
Well, you can easily spot him in the field too. He's got the big Dalek kind of helmet going there because he's got the camera mounted on top. He's right up behind Winterbottom now. Let's see how much ground he can make. Frantic racing. Heat 3, the Clubman Lights, and we have a new leader. It's cart number 9, Taku Bamba, the Japanese driver.
Driving away with it, but he's got a big field behind him. 59 and McFadden there. Now, he was Heat 2 winner. And McFadden, as I said in the previous heat, is a very talented racer. Watch for him to come through the field. And he's already starting at the pointy end, which helps.
Gee, I tell you what, yeah, it certainly does. Tell you what, you can have an enormous train wreck just by someone getting out of shape up the front. They are so close. Look at that. There wouldn't be probably 2 seconds in the top 12 carts. At the moment, you see Winterbottom trying something. You can get into a turn. Oh, look at Winterbottom. Keeping an eye on him. Here comes Hunt. Pulls out. Tries to dive back across the bottom under brakes. Will he get him? I think he has. There's no room for Winterbottom still to be out there. So Hunt makes up another posse. The Japanese driver, Taku Bamba, is your current leader. However, McFadden trying everything. Back to number 7 cart, and that is Bart Price. What Price McFadden?
Price. Oh, big touch there. McFadden rides a wheel over the back of over the Japanese driver, and I think he's put him way back through the field. That'll cost him badly. These carts, it sounds strange, but they're very crucial in the setup, and maybe it knocked the steering arm. He's gone way back in a hurry, and now he's got cuts all over the tail of it. Let's have a look at this on the replay. This is from Troy Hunt. He was behind the action. Here comes Winterbottom trying to get the pass back. He's on the outside, all crossed up. And cart's having a big spin. I think that's the knock-on effect you were talking about, Wade. They're so close. Something happens up in front and everyone else suffers.
Oh, mate, that could have been really scary. Here comes Hunt. You can see he's got the helmet with the camera mounted on the top. There's the 55 cart back in the field of Nick Aglin. Here we go. A lot of pressure here at the moment for Lumberway. I think he was fairly animated in his... Oh, look at that. They get so close, don't they? The carts get a little bit loose. If there's a bit of a touch, I'll tell you what, you couldn't fit a MasterCard between those 2 carts.
Certainly very, very close racing. Now down the right-hander, the big sweeping right-hander will greet the start-finishing line one more time. You talked before about slipstreaming. It is vital to stay close to the tail on one of these carts, and you certainly can get a slight advantage of a couple kilometres per hour, which will gain you a bit of extra speed for a bit of a tow into one of these corners, and it's vital to link the turns, link the corners here at Eastern Creek Raceway, one after the other. It's a momentum game like many forms of motorsport, and if you lose any with racing so close, you're just going to go back through the field.
Oh, look at this, the Japanese driver, Taku Bamba, under a lot of pressure. Here comes the pass on the inside. It's Bart Price. We have a new leader, but the field closes right up. I think it was the 39 cart of Wesley May right in there as well. And look at Bamba, he is a very busy little boy. They come out of his right-hander. Here comes Hunt looking for an inside pass. Can he get 2 of them? No. Aglin in the 55 able to close him out. Hunt's going to be thinking, I did this last race, right?
Yeah, Aglin is a very tough racer from Formula A. He's been an Oceania champion. Boy, he certainly came close to pushing Hunt off the racetrack there. McFadden, I think, is holding him up. I talked before, maybe he's got problems with the cart after that contact on the first lap. And it won't be long before both Aglin and Hunt go past him. Boy, Hunt with a look. Now, Hunt down the inside of Aglin, shuffles his one place back. McFadden is next on his list.
I don't very often see the left foot pressing down very often with Hunt. I'm seeing the right leg fully extended quite a bit, but I guess, Hunt, you have to really be aggressive. If you want the corner, you've got to say, this is my corner, and get in there. And at the moment, May is starting to put a lot of pressure on Bamba, the Japanese driver sitting in the second posse. So just at the moment, McFadden might be on the ropes, but this is a fabulous battle up front. Very different to what we saw in the first race when McFadden was able to run away. I guess you've got to be also very careful, mate, not to scuff the tyres. It'd be really easy to hang the tail out, getting in or coming out, and you rub away your rubber, you're going to be in a lot of trouble late in the race.
Well, the Clubman's run a Bridgestone control tyre, which I think is fairly rigid and does take a few laps to come up to temperature. So I don't think they're as tacky as some of the other race tyres that you can run. But I think you're right, Wade, you do have to look after him. If you look in the background, there is Troy Hunt, up to 4th place. He is charging. Bart Price is out, and I think Hunt down the inside of May there Yes, I think he's moved his way up to third place, so another run. No, he's on the tail of May, so he's in fourth. Oh, he's pointing now. Now, May, that's good driving. He's let him through. He's realised that Hunt is a lot quicker than him. He's pointed ahead. Wesley made his signal to his left, run down the inside, and he's taken him under brakes.
I've never seen anything like that before in my life. Yes, okay, you're fast to go through. What other form of motorsport do you possibly see that thing? Look at Hunt. He is putting this Japanese driver under enormous pressure. May is still your leader, but wow, that's awfully courteous.
Well, it's pretty intelligent racing from him, though. He would have actually slowed himself up because he would have been playing defensive and wouldn't have been able to take the fast lines. He knows that Hunt's faster. Now he can let him through, maybe copy something that Hunt's doing, try to get a bit of a tow as Hunt takes Bamber. Now this man's on fire, but you see the kart got out of the groove and started to buck around a little bit. Might have cost him a bit of time.
I know exactly what you're saying there. As they come out of that turn, I tell you what, Hunt is not going to make himself any friends, but he is going to make a lot of money in this game because he is just so aggressive into the turns. I haven't really seen him lay a wheel on anybody just yet, but I've got to keep harking back to what we just saw earlier then with the 7 car, but then you've got to pass a guy that's obviously faster than you.
Well, Bart Price is the next on his list, and you talked a lot before how you haven't seen some movement from his left foot, but all of his passes have been made pretty much under brakes. Down the inside, what a move, and Hunt takes the lead from 10th to 1st, and I think what you'll see now is this man will drive away from the field.
Yeah, the old race cam's been pretty boring now, mate. Not unless we ask him to turn around and look behind him a few times.
Price looks like he's now slipping back into the clutches of May, who is coming on strong. Interesting, you have a look at the front of May's car. It's missing the plastic nose cone off the front of the cart, and doesn't seem to slow him down at all. I think it's more just so you can nudge on the tail of another car. Possibly could provide a little bit of downforce, but doesn't seem to be slowing him at all.
Bit of argy-bargy, maybe?
Bit of argy-bargy, that's the technical term for it.
The number 39 car back in the field, running in about the top 3 at the moment is Wesley May. And Hunt really hasn't opened up a huge advantage. We thought he might have. There is Price sitting in the 2nd spot. GB very determined. May still back in 3rd. We think it's Bamber still in 4th. He's faded just a little after leading very early. Here they come. I tell you what, Price has not let go of our race leader Hunt.
Well, you talked before about tyres. Maybe Hunt is out in front now and he's saying, OK, I can just cruise around, pull it back half a tenth and conserve the tyres. We've still got a pre-final and a final to come after him. I'm not sure whether they have to run the same set of tyres, but with a lot of forms of kart racing, you do have to keep the same set of tyres on the car. So maybe he's backed off conserving the tyres a little bit.
Hunt in front. I hope he doesn't take a shunt.
You're a poet, you didn't know it. Here we go. Across the start finishing line one more time, and Troy Hunt very dominant here at Sydney's Eastern Creek Karting Raceway. Now it's interesting to note he's supported by Eastern Creek Karting Raceway, and he drives a top kart. Top kart are based at Eastern Creek Karting Raceway. Maybe a bit of track knowledge.
I'd say he's probably been around this place once or twice, mate. So he's probably got a little bit of knowledge stored away just there. May is starting to come right back at Price now. These guys are very animated, aren't they? They swing around, they give big stares, and they sort of gesture in all sorts of different directions. So obviously they're very busy, but there's still plenty of time to give someone the dirty look.
Well, it's the closest form of wheel-to-wheel motorsport in the world, and you know, they don't have rear vision mirrors, so you've got to swing around and see where your competition is.
Well, it's the only really form of motorsport in 4 wheels where you don't have belts to restrict you from turning around and giving someone the filthy stare. May, beautiful pass up the inside on Price. That was a smoker. He set him up 2 corners before. I heard what you're saying earlier about linking corners together. That's what he did. Was able to put a beautiful entry into a beautiful exit and get the pass.
And he did it at a perfect time as well with 1 to run. The last lap is on display. Now Hunt's starting to drive away from him. I think it's more the fact that Price was defending the line a little bit and he slowed the 2 karts up. 2 karts can travel faster than 1 when they both work together, but obviously if you're trying to hold up the guy behind you, you are going to naturally slow down. Will Price throw it on the line for the final corner? I don't think so. Troy Hunt will take this convincingly. He gets the win here at Sydney's Eastern Creek Karting Raceway. Great drive. Look for him in the final. A fantastic run. 2nd place to Brendan May. And 3rd across the line, Bart Price.
Well, that's just a commanding run, really, isn't it? There is our leader carrying race cam. Fabulous drive. The final's going to be a corker.
Category 4.